Good morning. So I need to make another one of these Grinch pouches that my friend Amanda was so kind to teach us how to do. So I thought I'd show you what I've got going on here. So the first thing we're going to do, go get you some candy wrappers. This is just a 9.5 ounce package of Kisses, and what we're going to do is we're going to trim this, and then we're going to cover it with a piece of plastic. So I'm just going to take this. Actually, I think I'll use my rotary cutter for this and get a nice even edge there. I'm just going to toss this part away. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the back here. I'm going to kind of fold that back. And I just want to trim on the white there. Excuse me. And then I'm going to cut this again. I'm going to trim off this part here, but I'm going to leave part of the white because I want to get as much of the green label in as I can. So this part I'm just going to toss away. And I've trimmed myself 1/4 of an inch across the bottom here. Okay. Now I like this part up at the top, but it's not going to be part of my pouch. I'm going to save that, and I'm going to make a little lipstick holder out of it, or a chapstick holder. The girls, our granddaughters, like chapstick, so this is going to be for them. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside. I'll use this later and make a little chapstick holder out of it, and that'll be a separate tutorial. I'm not going to include that in this one. Now you're going to want to get yourself some vinyl fuse, iron-on vinyl protection, except you're not going to iron it, because when you iron it, if you're going over fabric, it's great, but if you're going over plastic, it's going to ruin your plastic, so you don't want to iron it. I've cut a piece that's just about the same size, a little bit bigger, and we'll trim it down after. And what I'm going to do is just take a pin here, and I'm going to scratch across that to kind of start the tear so I can peel this vinyl off. Otherwise, it's very hard to start it from the edge. I'm going to have this face up. I'm going to put the sticky side of the vinyl down, and I'm going to just start at the top there. Okay, and you can reposition this. Don't freak out if you don't get it on just so. Get yourself a credit card or something that's kind of hard and stiff that you can work across there. It could be your ruler even. And you just want to really work that onto your plastic, just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to trim off the excess, just using my rotary cutter here. Put that in the garbage. And we'll go over here and trim this edge up even here. Let's trim that even. Okay. There we go. If you're careful, Amanda has a way of opening her packages just so perfectly. Okay, so we've got this. It's trimmed up now. I have cut myself a piece width of fabric by 2 inches, and I'm going to use this to create a border around my bag. Okay. I'm going to sew on my brand new machine that Mr. Sister bought me. And it is It is just absolutely lovely. It's a Bernina Quilters edition. $4.75, and it walks the dog. So there we go. Okay. You just carefully want to stitch that on there using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay. I forget this has a cutter in it. I'm not used to that. There we go. Nice. Oh my gosh, I feel spoiled now. Okay. So you're going to finger press this up. Don't try and press it with an iron. You'll make a mess. Just finger press it up. And then what I'm going to do, I think first, is I'm going to stitch down. I'm going to top stitch right down this edge here. Just right close to the seam. Make sure you have pulled your fabric open, finger pressed it real good. So you've got that seam open all the way. Okay. Oh, I did it again. All right, I'll just trim this with the scissors. It's going to take me a while to get used to that. Old dog, new trick. Okay, so what we've done here is we have top stitched right along this edge. Now I'm going to trim the excess fabric here. Just like that. I'm going to turn this around here. I'm going to turn this side. And it helps if you line your ruler line up along the edge and kind of square that up so you get a nice squared off edge. Okay, I'm going to put my fabric back under my needle here. Come on, there we go. Get that started a little bit, and then we're just going to go down the next side, just like so. Okay, again, we've done a 1/4 inch seam. We're going to finger press this open really good, and then we're going to go right back on top and top stitch that before we cut anything. Okay. Okay, then we're going to trim this up again. I'm going to walk you through this entire thing, so stick with me and we'll make this pouch together, and you'll see in real time how it's done. Then I'm going to go to the other side of my pouch. Let's get that started. We're going to do this other short side first. Okay. These are so fun. You can do them with any kind of candy pouch that you like. You can do them for Valentine's Day, Easter, you name it. So cute. Okay, We've got that down, we've finger pressed it open, and we're going to do our little top stitch right close to the edge. I feel like I'm winging it on this machine. I haven't even had lessons on it yet. I read just enough of the directions to get in trouble, so we'll see where we get with this. Okay. I'll get rid of that little piece. And we're going to hold that level there. Let's scoot that over just a tinch. Okay. And we're going to do one more edge, and then we've gone around, completely around our candy wrapper. Okay. Put that right under there. I noticed today they've been doing the roads in Ammon and Idaho Falls. They've been spraying them with the de-icer. So I know we got some weather coming. And you'll see. Which is always nice. I love to sew when it's snowing outside. Can't really do anything else, can you? Okay, so you see that little white part that was at the bottom is gone now because that's in our seam allowance back here. Okay, so we finger press this open real good, and then we're going to go ahead and top stitch this one. So we just line that up there. What I really love about this Bernina is all my feet, my specialty feet from my old Bernina will work with this one, so that's a nice feature because those feet can be expensive. Okay, I'm going to line that up, line it up with the side so it's nice and square. Cut that off. And there we have the front of our pouch is ready to go. Okay. There. We have a little extra. I'm just going to save that on the other side over here. Okay. So we've got that ready. That's good. We don't need to press it. We're just going to leave it. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to prepare our zipper. And you're going to think I'm crazy, but I don't like that little metal piece in there. So just trim it off. You need to get a piece of fabric. You're going to finger press one edge and finger press the other edge. Now we're going to turn our iron on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this right here, and I'm going to have just a little bit of it in there. I want a piece that's about 3 or 4 inches long so it can stick out past the edge of my pouch where I'm going to attach the zipper. And I'll show you why as we get to that point. The first thing I'm going to do is encase my zipper here. Okay, so I've just put a piece around there. It's folded on both sides, and I've pinned it in place, and I've got this extra sticking out. I've trimmed off that hard part of the zipper, the metal part that keeps it from coming apart on one end. And then I'm going to lay this on here, and I know I'm going to kind of be about like that. So about a 1/4 inch right there is where I want to be. So I'm going to zip this back. And let's measure that. And I'm going to make a little mark with my air erase where I want to cut this. And I want it to be right about there. Okay. So I'm going to trim this the same way I did the other side. You can buy a shorter zipper. I just didn't have that option at the shop that I was at. They had these zippers that were a certain length and it was the right color. So the right color and the right price. And I'm just going to finger press this together here, and this is going to go on the other side here. Lay those two pieces in, kind of center it in your piece, and we'll bring that over the top and we'll pin it. And we'll pin it. Okay. Now we're just going to top stitch that. Go ahead and take your pins out. I don't like to sew over pins. I know on some machines you can. I just don't. It's not something I feel comfortable doing, so I just take them out. Okay, we've done that, and we're going to go ahead and go over it one more time close to the edge. And I'm going to back stitch over this part here just a little. Okay. So this is what we want it to look like. We want to have our zipper encased. This is like a loop that's going to be off the end there. You'll see these will go on both sides. We're going to go ahead and do this on the other side as well. And then we're going to run it back through again, close to the edge. And then when we get just over the zipper, I'm going to back stitch because I want to really secure that zipper area there. Okay, so that's it. We've got that done. Now we're going to trim this level with the zipper. Okay, just like this. Same on the other side. Okay, now I'm going to cut some extra fabric here. We need a piece that's going to measure the same as the front. So I'm going to turn this a little bit. Let's just trim off this excess here. Okay. I had a half yard, made 3 of these pouches easily, and same with the lining fabric, which you'll see in a minute. Okay. I don't usually have a tripod sitting right here while I'm sewing, so it gets a little cumbersome working around it. Here we go. Okay, so we've got our front and our back of our pouch. I'm going to set that over there for a minute. And I am going to grab my inside of my pouch. And I'm gonna just give this a quick little press over here behind the scenes so I can get it nice and smooth for cutting purposes. There we go. And if you want this fabric, this is Robert Kaufman's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And this particular colored fabric that I'm using is design number 2256. So we love the Grinch. The girls love the Grinch. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to take our top piece here, and I'm going to turn this just a little bit. I've trimmed off the selvage already. This was just a fat quarter, so a fat quarter will make 2 pouches. Okay. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to just trim up the side here with my scissors. Okay, so we'll have lining, front and back, and we've got our zipper. And the last thing I'm going to make, which I've made already, is just a little folded piece. And the way I made this is I took a piece that was like 2 inches long, fold in a quarter, fold in a quarter, press, and then fold it in on itself again to make a piece like that, okay? And that is gonna hold a little ring. Where did I put that? There it is. That's gonna hold a little ring. You can get a D ring. This is just a key ring. They're cheap. You can get them on Amazon, buy them at Joann's. You can get them at your local Michael's. Any craft store will have them. I'm just gonna clip that for right now. Okay, so we've got this, and the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna line our zipper up. Pull your zipper closed, and you're just gonna line that up there. And I'm gonna use some clips. And you can just go ahead and clip your zipper into place. I should turn that over. There we go. This is my famous peanut butter jar full of clips. Okay. Okay, there we go. We've got that clipped into place. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a couple things. We're gonna put our ring right here, only we're gonna face it in, and we're just gonna clip that into place as well. Actually, don't need that on just yet because it's just gonna get in the way while I'm doing the zipper. Okay. Now we're going to take our lining and just decide which way you want up and down. We're going to put our lining right on top, and I'm just going to clip it under the one edge for right now. I'll feed it along as I go. Okay, You can clip it all the way down if it's more comfortable, and you can pin it also. Whatever you need to do. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a zipper foot. The foot that's on my Singer is a lot different than this foot, so I'm just going to put the zipper foot on because that'll make it easier for me. Okay. Go. It's going to take me a while to learn exactly where things are on this. Okay, that's the needle mover. Okay. Now, I think I should be good. And I want to use my, there it is, stiletto here. Let's see if we can get going on this. Okay, as I go along, I'm going to take my clips off and I'm going to look under and kind of position my top fabric, which is my lining, so it's running right along there where I want it to be, making sure that my zipper is still at the top. And we're just going to stitch all the way along. Now I'm going to needle down on this. Oh, there we go. Needle down, and I want to reach under here and I want to unzip my zipper, and that just, I don't need to sew around that bulk, so we're gonna make sure we got that. Okay, then we're just gonna finish this off right off the end here. Okay, so we have sewed our lining and our zipper in place. We're going to close this up. I'm going to take and finger press the top piece here, and I'm going to get it as open as I can and really work it with your fingernail to get it all the way open and kind of creased and in place. You're going to turn this over and do the same thing with the back. Just kind of scrape it with your fingernail and get that seam really open. Now you can give this a little press from the back side, but you don't want to press onto your plastic at all, because if you do, you'll be sorry. You will have melted it. Okay? So just give it a light little press along there. And then on the top, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to change feet again. Okay, I'll keep these feet right here so I can do this. I'm filming, honey. Just so you know, you can come down. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and top stitch this. Make sure you're smooth underneath and smooth on the top, and just top stitch close to that edge. Okay. You may need to unzip your zipper and to be able to get around that. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so we've top stitched along there. Now we're going to put the back side on. So this is the top of our piece here. We're going to have these facing each other, and I want to do that like that. There's some writing on this, and I want it to lay a certain way so that I can see the writing. Okay, so again, we're going to clip this along the edge here. Okay, and then we're going to have our piece of lining fabric. So lining and lining side are going to go together. And we're going to line that up along the top. And I'm going to put one clip on it. I'm going to swap out for my zipper foot again. Maybe, if I can find it. There we go. Move my needle over. Okay. Okay, now I have my zipper zipped up and I want to unzip it. So I'm going to needle down and I'm going to unzip my zipper. There we go. Just need to go a little ways so I can get down here without it bunching up around the zipper pull. Okay, I'm going to needle down again and I'm going to lift my presser foot and I'm going to pull my zipper up now. Once I find it, there it is. There we go. Okay, I'm going to pull the zipper closed and then I'm going to go back down, make sure everything's lined up underneath, and it is. And we'll just continue on. There we go. Okay. Now we've got that done. We're going to open this up again and we're going to finger press, just scratch down that edge just like that. We're going to do the same thing on this other side. Use your fingernail and just kind of start in the middle and work your way to the edge. Okay, so we've got a nice crease in there. We're going to go ahead and swap feet again. There we go. And we're going to top stitch along this edge again. Let's get our needle back to center so we don't break it. Okay. And I'm going to open this so I'm not stitching on it. And oops, got a little thread caught there. There we go. Okay, needle down. I'm going to pull this zipper shut again. And here we go. Okay, so we've got that top stitched on both sides. We've got our zipper in place, and we are ready to finish sewing our patch together. Now first, what I'm going to do is I want to put my little D-ring, key ring, whatever you want to put in there, in place. So it's going to go right in the front here, like this, with the raw edge out to the side. And I'm just going to clip that in place for right now. Okay. Now we're going to match these two sides up and these two sides up. And we're going to start right on the edge here. And this you need to fold so that this excess is going to the lining. Okay. So you're going to match those two bits up there, and we'll put a clip in there. We're going to go down the side. And we'll do the same over here. I'm going to fold that little piece in half and match our sides up there. Put a clip in it. We love our clippies. I think I'm going to pin this one little piece in here so I don't have to worry about it coming undone. There we go. And I'll clip around it. And we'll go down. Then we're going to clip across the bottom here. You can use pins, you don't have to use clips. Use whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, we've got that part clipped. Now let's clip the lining. Do the same thing. We're going to line these edges up. Put a clip in. Line these edges up and put a clip in. Okay, across the bottom, what we're going to do is we're going to leave ourselves an opening that's about 4 or 5 inches, okay? Let's see what I've got here. That's 4 inches. Okay. So we got a 4-inch opening there. And we're going to start and stop right there. Okay. Now we're going to take a 1/2 inch seam allowance here and stitch all the way around. And we're going to back stitch and lock that stitch. Okay. If you needle down when you turn, you'll have a easier pivot. I'll ask Amanda if I can post her video as a short. Of course, giving her credit for that because she has a speedy one that walks you through the same steps. So this is more letting you see this from a real-time perspective. Okay. These are so much fun to make, and you just, like I said, you can make them for any holiday you want. You can, any type of candy you like. It could be a cookie wrapper. I've seen her make them with all kinds of things. Skittles. Oreos. They're fun. They're fun, and if you're giving them to children, you can always wrap the cookies or the candy up and refill the pouch with a plastic bag with those items in it, and that's kind of fun. Okay, that's it. Our pouch is made. Now, I'll bet you anything that I left that zipper closed. And if you do that, like I did, just feel for your zipper on the inside of your pouch and just slide it open. Don't freak out. I've done this twice now, so I'm becoming an expert at it. And just slide your zipper open, because you're going to want to turn this pouch inside out, and you'll need that zipper open. Okay, it's open enough. Now, I'm going to fold this back right here, and I'm going to finger press this, and I'm going to take it to my iron, and I'm going to press it after I finger press it on both sides, and this is going to give us a nice crease to close this seam up when we're finished turning our bag. Okay, let me just give that a little press real quick. Okay, now I can get in here, finish opening my zipper. There we go. Okay, so you're going to want to turn your bag inside out, completely inside out. Okay, so just go ahead and do the whole thing inside out. Okay. Now, this is going to be your lining. So we're going to do this first. I'm going to take a little, something with a blunt end on it. Chopstick works really well. Just don't use scissors or anything sharp, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stiletto and just pull those points on the corner out completely. There we go. They're out pretty good. Okay. Now there's the part that was open that we fed our bag through, and we're going to stitch this little seam shut here. So I'm going to get right there. Okay, so that's stitched shut. I'm just going to trim this little extra thread here, because you know how I am about threads. Okay, now we're going to put our lining inside our pouch, and we're going to finish turning our pouch out all the way. And you can see where those zipper starts and stops are really helpful when you're turning that. Okay. I'm going to get all the way to the corners as much as I can with my fingers, and then I'll use my stiletto to finish turning them out. Okay, so we just want to pull this little corner out, just like that, okay? Same over here. Let's get that out all the way. There, perfect. Okay. We're going to do that up at the top as well. We want these corners to be pulled out as much as we can. There we go. Okay. Same over here. There we go. Okay, so we've got this out. We're gonna make sure we've got this rolled really good around the edges here, so we've got that seam open all the way. Yeah. We got a little thread hanging. Little piece of extra. And one there. That's good. And there's a little one as well. Okay. Got that. All right. Keep going all the way around. Make sure you've rolled that seam open all the way and finger pressed it. Okay. I'm going to give this just a little press on the iron. Press on the wrong side of your bag so you're not melting your plastic. And there you have it. Merry Grinchmas. We can use our fingers and just press out the corners of our lining. So you've got a beautiful lining in there. You could put a label in it if you want, like from Grandma or from Mom, whatever. Okay? If you get wrinkly on the front, don't panic. You can just take your card and you can just work it a little bit. And if you put it under a book, any wrinkles that you may have will just come right out. So aren't those cute? Now, we have this little ring over the corner here, and I had these cute little key fobs that I found on Amazon. And you may be able to find some at your local store that are just as cute. My fingers don't want to work here. Okay, come on in there. There we go. So cute, huh? Now I said before I'm going to do it in a separate video, and I'm not going to do it today because I've got a quilt on the long arm that I've loaded up that I got to get done. I'm going to use these to make a little pouch that holds a chapstick, because the girls like chapstick, and I'll attach that on here as well with another ring, another clip. So they'll have their chapstick and a little key fob, and I will fill this with all kinds of little presents and goodies. So cute, huh? I've got 3 of them done now for the 3 granddaughters. And there we go. That was fun, wasn't it? Well, thank you for checking in with me today. If you like this video, I hope you'll give us a like and subscribe. We'll have some more fun things coming up before the holidays and after. We'll do some more quilt blocks with charm squares and more fun things. So thank you very much. Appreciate you. Bye.